Batman, right? Who doesn't know Batman? I mean, come on. He's got comics, he's got movies, he has video games, and he's got a crap ton of action figures. But luckily, we'll be taking a look at probably the best one, at least in my collection. That's right. Today, I'm taking a look at the Mattel DC Multiverse Superfriends Batman action figure. This is the only figure I have from that specific wave, because, frankly, I just wanted a classic Batman figure. I think, at least from what I know, this is actually reusing the old DC Superheroes universe, or like DC Classics Batman mold, but they just attached a cape. Which I think is because like this was also going for the superpowers look, but with modern articulation, so they added this clip-on cape, just like the original figures. Sadly, I don't own any, don't plan on owning any, but I mean, it's still a good figure. You know, like, if you want a classic Batman figure, this is a pretty good one to go. I think he's relatively cheap. I mean, you know, nothing too much going in the back. Yeah, I mean, he's got some sculpted in wrinkles. Yeah, overall, you know, he looks nice. But every figure, of course, every good figure doesn't just stop at sculpt. It has accessories. Alright, so for the first accessory, let's start small. He has this batarang that just clips into his hand, like so. It's not much, just, actually, if you do it correctly, maybe add some green at the top, you can have a combat knife. For a second, he has this grappling hook, which you can, how I would display is wrap it around here, and there's this peg at the bottom, and you can see the hole right here. All you do is really just plug it in, and there you go. He's got a grappling hook, which can fit in both hands, along with the batarang. The peg doesn't stay good, at least on my copy, but it's good enough. And of course, he comes with this collector's card, which if you collect the entire wave should spell out Superfriends. I just have Per. And he also has this stand that you can also just kind of plug it in there, like so. Yeah, and now you just take one of Batman's peg hole feet and you basically just shove him on there. There we go. You have him displayed. But, again, that's not all he comes with. He has, of course, articulation. So let's get into that. Alright, for articulation, he has a rotation at the head. Let's just remove this cape. You can also look a bit up and down. Arms rotate. Shoulders move out. Bicep swivel, single bend, and a wrist swivel. He has a ab crunch, which on my copy was actually locked just still until recently, where it just kind of put in force and broken. So you can recreate the Dark Knight Rises by just breaking his back. He has a waist swivel, can front that far, back that far, can do the splits. You got a thigh swivel, bend at the knee, and a toe bend. So my final thoughts on the figure, if you just want a Batman figure in your collection, this is probably one of the best ones to go, especially if you're into the classic design. So he's also, I'm pretty sure, for the 6-inch scale, so let's bring in some other figures from multiple lines to compare that. Starting with another DC Multiverse figure, the DC Multiverse Justice League Batman. And then we have just kind of your standard Marvel Legends height, 6 inches. So Batman stands a bit tall over Marvel Legends, but I guess I can make him more intimidating to all the other ones. Here is a DC Direct figure next to him. And then finally we just have Star Wars The Black Series. But of course, who could forget comparing him next to